Alright, hey guys, today I'm going to be trying to show you how to create a custom weapon skin for Insurgency. Technically Insurgency 2 since Insurgency was the original mod, but you get the point. The one you can actually buy for monies. So let's go ahead and get started. The first program I'm going to be using is called GFscape. It's the same thing we used in the last Insurgency video. I will have a link below if you don't have it yet. I know I have a 64-bit computer, so I'm going to use a 64-bit version because it's probably a little bit faster. But if you don't know, I just suggest using the 32-bit version, which is right here from the DX86. But regardless, let's get into it. Alright, so the first thing we'll need to do is we'll need to find where your Insurgency game is installed. To do that, simply right-click on Insurgency here, click Properties, click Local Files, and then Browse Local Files. It should pop up something like this. Boing. Click Insurgency and then just double click up here in the address bar and it should highlight or give you the full path. Just go ahead and highlight all this and right click and copy. Go back to GFscape and go File, Open, paste it in here. Boop. Press Enter. It should take you to this folder. Now find Insurgency Materials _dir. You can see it here. If you're watching in 1080p, you can see it here. Yeah, sorry. Okay, click the plus. It should open up the materials folder. You'll have a whole bunch of things. Find models. And then you'll want to find weapons. And then once you have the weapons file highlighted here, you want to find some place to put it. I'm just going to put it in my Gscape folder because I don't care about Gscape and I'm never going to be using it again after I extract the files. So you only need to do this once. So I'm going to go here with my x86 and x64. You can put it wherever you want. Click on weapons, hold down your mouse, and then you should be able to drag and drop it to here. Alright. Yeah, this takes a while for some reason. Just drag and drop it a few times, eventually it will come up. Just say yes. I already extracted mine, but you won't have one here. Alright, once you have your things extracted, you'll have all the files for all the guns and even some attachments. Ooh, we can change the silencer? I really want to do that now. I'm going to customize my sound. Anyway, what gun should we do? I think I will do the M9 because I love the M9. It's easy to get. You can spawn with it, and you don't have to worry about. I don't know. I was thinking Counter-Strike for some while. The reason. Thanks, guys. I've done so many Counter-Strike videos a bit like this. All right. So the first thing is we have W_M9. That is going to be the world model. You don't have to customize this if you don't want. This is one what will look like what's on the ground. The VTF. We're going to be using GIMP. Oops, sorry, I forgot to close this out. We're going to be editing these files with GIMP. If you don't have GIMP, there'll be a link in the description. You'll also need the GIMP, what's it called? You also need the GIMP VTF edit plugin to be installed. I'll have a link to that in the description below as well. And how to install it will be written in the description, so just read that and then do what it says. But once you get it all started, I'm just going to show you this model. Here it is, blah 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 blah. This is the ground model. If you want to edit this, you can. So you could be like, oh, I want to have a blue line across the ground model. Whee! Then boom, customized. You are now a cool dude. But we're not going to do that because we're just too cool for ground models. We're going to use the view model, which is weapon, WPN, M9. We have our D and our N. I believe a D is a normal one. And the N should be the 3D model. Yep. Alright, if you want to have any special engravings on your M9, you'd have to actually modify this file. But we're not going to teach you that today. If enough people ask, I'll show you how to do 3D engravings and stuff. But that's a whole another ball game. There's a whole bunch more steps. Alright, so here's our gun. It's broken into little pieces, which is very convenient for us because that means we can color anything we wanted. Like I said, you want some blue on the slide, you want some blue on the grip, you want to color the bullets blue, or you could just paste in pictures or you could pretty much just export this to Photoshop and color it yourself. Export it as whatever type of file you want. Targa, TIFF, JPEG, everything's in here. but we're just going to design it right in here. I'm going to hit Control Z a few times to get rid of that stuff, and we're going to zoom in a tiny bit so we can actually get a better view. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to change is I'm going to change the bullet colors, because that's just how I roll. At this point, you don't have to follow my instructions. I'm just going to show you what I'm doing to customize it. But at this point, you can color it, your stuff. You can design it however you want. So, but the thing that you want to do is you want to do all your designs on a separate layer so you can easily remove them. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to click this button, create a new layer, and call it Details. This is where my small details are going to be. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make this bullet look a lot darker, almost blackish. So let's make this black, and we're going to burn it in. Let's try darken. There we go. And see what else we can color. Pretty much everything. Where are the bullets? Like the tip of the bullet. I think this might be it. I can't tell. It's a little bit hard to tell because all this stuff is kind of like low resolution looking, but let's just make all whatever this is red. Looks like it could be part of the bullet. Or something else that we're not going to talk about. So remember, make sure you're still on your detail layer. This is again for the small details. I gotta move this in here so it's on the screen. Let's make it red. And there you can see by using the darken only, we're just changing the color of that. And for the rest, we're going to decide if we want to have a pattern. So, well, just for what I'm doing. So let's make a new layer called pattern. But we're going to do one more thing. Let's just do something with the grips real quick. Alright. Okay. This is going to be just like my original CSGO custom guns video, where we do a very simple design, because I don't want to waste all your guys' time. Like I said, you can easily put this in Photoshop, or just draw over it, or paste in pictures from the internet, or whatever you want to do to make your custom gun. Or just change the colors like I did here. So, for this, we are going to make them textured. Using the fill bucket, we have all these fancy patterns. Stone looks pretty cool. What's this? Granite. Oops. Remember, whenever you want to fill something, you'll make sure you're on a detail thing. Oh, okay, we are on the detail thing. This is not very dark, because we turned it darken only. So, let's try something else. That didn't really work. Alright, so since that was just darken only, we can't really see it there, so let's make another layer. We just call it grips. The reason why we're making a separate layer is because each layer has its own merge method. That one was just darkening the colors that we highlighted. So grips will be a totally different thing. Grips will be, let's try burn. Nope, that looks terrible. Grain merge. Let's try grain merge with something else. Ooh. Okay, not what I was expecting. Ooh, there we go. That's nice. Look at that. Wooden grips. Alright. Let's make it a little bit brighter. And since we're working on multiple layers, if we needed to change something, it wouldn't be a problem. Okay, now that we have this part done, we can go ahead and add our pattern that will cover up everything. Let's just go ahead and click New Layer. We're going to call this, I deleted mine before, but I'm just going to remake it. We're going to call it Pattern. Let's move it up to the top. I didn't want to have that full of white. Let's just delete it. Okay, so we have an empty layer just like we did before. I deleted it off camera. Long story, sorry. We're back to where we were before. I'm going to create a new image just so I can mess around with it a lot easier. Same file size. You can just draw on your image, but I want to do something a little bit fancier. There we go. That's a pretty cool design. Alright. And control. Let's multiply. Not multiply, sorry. Merge layers. See, this is what you do if you had like a picture you wanted to import in or a pattern. Control C. Then on pattern, Control V. Okay, once you have all this in, you'll want to make your pattern invisible, and you'll want to select everything that you want to keep. So you just do like one pretty big selection. I'm going to do highlight this, go around. It doesn't have to be perfect, just for the thing. Remember, you only have to do this part if you're doing a pattern. I'll show you why in a second. Okay, so the easiest way to do it is one at a time. Sorry about that. Highlight one part. Try to avoid as much of the stuff you don't want as possible. There's one. Hold down Shift, start the next part. Click, click, zoom in if you need to. Click. If you get empty space, that's fine. You just don't want to get touch the other parts of the gun. And press Shift again. You want to make sure you have the plus up. That means you're adding to the selection. Alright, there we go. And now we have everything we want to keep selected, and everything else would be overwritten with the pattern. So we're going to go ahead and click here, right click and say Add Layer Mask. And we want it to be white for full opacity. And then we're going to click the fill bucket, make sure this thing is set to full black, which is the bottom left hand corner. Press OK. And we want to click in all our selections black. 1, 2, 3, that's all I had. If you had more, just keep doing that. Now when you click View, the little eye, you should have a little spot for all your individual parts. Now if you want to blend this picture with the other one, you can choose a blend method here. Let's go ahead and say grain merge. Ooh, that looks kind of interesting, but also a little bit weird. Not going to do that one. Addition. Nope. Soft light. Ooh, that looks pretty cool. I like that. It's a little bit too... Okay, so far soft light looks pretty cool. Okay, overlay looks even better. Perfect. Alright, now I'm done designing my gun. You want to go ahead and click File. And you don't want to click Overwrite. I'll show you where to export it. Export. Okay, so if you saw my last video, you should have a custom folder that we created. If not, you'll want to go back to your Steam folder, and inside Insurgency 2, remember, click Insurgency 2, then Insurgency, you'll want to make a folder called Custom. Double click it, and inside you want to have a folder called Skins, or you can call it actually whatever you want, but I'm calling mine Skins. And then once you have Skins, go ahead and make sure you have all the other folders leading up to your original image. If you don't know what that means see here how we extracted weapons. That means you'll need materials, models, weapons. So just keep creating new folders in that same order. And you'll need the gun's name. All the guns' names are listed here, so you shouldn't have any problem figuring out what it is. As you see, I have M9. And these were from an earlier video, so we can just delete these. Now, double click up here and you'll get that super long file name once you've created all the folders. Don't forget to make all those folders that I showed you. Click in here, and then click back here. Go all the way to the back of the line, don't delete anything, and then press Control V and throw in an extra slash, and you'll have the full path to your file with the correct file name. And let's go ahead and click Export. And assuming you have the VTF edit plugin installed, this should come up. Well, you shouldn't have been able to import this if you didn't have it, so don't worry about that. Okay, I'm going to turn off compress. It should still work. We'll see. Alright. And I think we had our grips on a different method. I changed it back by accident. Sorry about that. Was it multiply? Yeah, it was multiply. Okay. So, I think it should work like this. I don't think we should have to merge down the layers. Let's go ahead and test it out. Alright, let's just go ahead and try the merge down the layers and see if that fixes anything. Merge down. Oops. I have to do it from the bottom since we're doing silly things. Merge down, and then merge down. Export, and let's try it again. Game record, launch the game. Training, practice. There we go. There's our gun. We actually just had to merge down everything. If you're wondering about this off red line, I actually found it on the workshop, so you should be able to find it too. So let's go ahead and click it. Can we actually just not have a sniper rifle? It's running off the M9? Ooh, sweet. I really want to customize that suppressor. That looks like fun. Armor piercing ammo. Alright, just to have a little bit more fun, since it's solo, let's try on some sheets. And I don't know what that is. You didn't see that.
Alright, we need to capture the objectives and protect our own weapon cast.
But yeah, I mean, look at that thing. That's a nice looking gun. So yeah, in a sense, that's basically is how you design it. It's pretty easy. I took longer than I probably should have to do the design, but if you're fancy and know how to design things, you can probably do something a lot better. So alright, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, post them in the comments below, or if you think, or what do you guys think will be the coolest gun design? Just go ahead and post that too. My next video is hopefully going to be about how to add guns to the workshop, but I can't guarantee that because the workshop's been having issues lately. So, yep. We're just going to do a closer. People kept shooting me. Alright, yep, I'll see you guys later. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you learned how to make some cool guns. Yeah, see you guys later. Bye.